is called wherever you are, because it is definitely chilly right here in the Gweru CBD. So wherever you are listening from, I'll be letting you know shortly who is doing night. Just listen to this prayer before we get into the program of how can the gospel or the Christian rap music carry the same message as the reggae music. Can they carry the same message? So I've got one of the artists right here from Midlands who I'm gonna let you know shortly. Who is he? Which music does he sing, or which genre does he belong to? But before, let's listen to this prayer before we get into our music. Zirombe marombe naze uchapa urirombe manoda uve urirombe iwe uchapa urirombe zirombe marombe manoda uve urirombe naze uchapa urirombe iwe ubasa umumukira ubasa umurarira makasa umuserera kusama kuzhishandira inga unoshanda sevamwe uneshungu sevana vevamwe kuti zvikaika kana zvikaika vepako vakopembera maita samaika ndozama asi zvinoramba pane vakapedza kuti uchakaurironde zirombe marombe asi uchakaurironde manoda uve urirombe iwe uchapa urirombe zirombe marombe manoda uve urirombe anzi uchapa urirombe iwe spiritual warfare, selfish people, they really don't care. Enemies around us, enemies within us, 10 million friends pretending to like us. Warira, akumatama watarira, sakandati tarira, Jehovah ukamba warira, warira iwewe. Uchapa urirombe zirombe marombe anzi uchapa urirombe manoda uve urirombe iwe uchapa urirombe zirombe marombe manoda uve urirombe anzi uchapa urirombe iwe kokore matombo achipotsera kusamambara njira dzatoshavira chishuvo chavo kuona tichidetsekana asi Mwari vari kutenga notibatsira vanosimudza marombe kubva muguru vavo tipukuta kuguta pese pakasviba Mwari muombe asi wemarombe Midlands 98.4 FM. Turn it up. Yes, and welcome back to it. This is the 98.4 FM Midlands Talk. My name is Brian Muyambo, and 0713060506. That is the number that you use to communicate. If you've got the questions to ask the guest that I have in the studio tonight, just use that number on our messages platform and our WhatsApp platform. And tonight we are going to talk about none other than Gabriel, Advokate I, Muchanyu. He is a Gweru Midlands reggae artist from Kwekwe, and he's joining me in the studio to discuss can rap music and reggae music carry the same message. But we are going to talk a lot about him as well as we hear Kuti. How is he doing in his schedule?
My brother, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How is Kwekwe? How is the weather?
The weather, just like Gweru.
It's just like Gweru.
Yeah.
It's chilly, and
it's chilly.
I'm loving this on this beautiful day of the Father's Month. That is the month of June. A lot of fathers are going to be celebrated in this month. So welcome to it. And if you're just joining us, I have got Advocate I in the studio, and we're going to discuss about the rap music and the reggae music. Can they get it? 0506? It is 18 minutes on right here on 98.4 FM. So before we go any further to talk about what we are here for, Gabriel, can you tell me, Guti, why did you choose to go with the name Advocate I before instead of Gabriel?
I started off using the name Big G.
Big G.
Yeah. So
what does that mean?
Big G, you know, the big that Winky used to use.
Okay, the Big G, the Big G. Okay.
Big G.
Okay.
But I didn't take it from Winky.
Okay.
What happened? The story is funny. You know, as you can see me, I'm a tall guy. Yeah. So at high school, my headmaster used to call me Zigabu.
Zigabu.
Yeah,
okay.
Like
alright.
Zimun. So
alright.
when I was thinking about giving myself a musical name, I ended up settling on Big G from that cigar.
Okay.
Then I rebranded to Advocate I. Why rebranding? Okay. I realized later on when I went through my rebranding process after receiving mentorship from Don Franco Tafai, pick up to himself, that I have been advocating for the betterment of mankind, you know, our people, from way back. So when I was looking for a name that can represent that, I then settled on Advocate I. So Advocate I, a simple meaning, we read it from the back. I advocate. That's the Advocate I. So I advocate for the betterment of my people.
You represent the betterment of the. Can we say the same?
Yeah.
Are we advocating for the industry?
Exactly.
So
it's the same thing.
If you were listening, if you were tuned in as we started the show, I played you the song called Rombe, and that's Advocate I's song. We featured some of the artists here. I don't know them yet, but there's Amanda G and Bravo.
Bravo, man.
I don't know Midlands or they are from somewhere.
Amanda is from Mbizo,
Okay.
Midlands. Then Bravo Man, pick up to Bravo Man. You know, I had done this full Rombe song alone, but you know, Bravo Man reached out. He heard my song way back in 2021, and he reached out this year and said, "Yo, King, I heard your song. In fact, he said, I heard your song. I've been looking for you. Thank God I found you. Kana muine project ramunoda kuzoita wamundiise pachii." I had to respect that, you know, that level of humbleness. Then I said, "King, I have this song. Can you jump on it?" He went into the studio and he told me that he recorded 4 different verses.
So are we
Maybe.
All right, we're gonna get into that later. We're gonna get into that later on.
Sure.
But you, as I mentioned earlier on, I said listen to this prayer before we get into the show. And and that was something like it's a prayer from a perspective of Christianity. But then God, and it's a reggae beat. How do you feel about a certain message is put on this beat? How do you think people take it, especially Susu Vanenda Church, Bagawanda Vachu? Do you think they vibe into this music? Because as compared to Christian rap, these are two versions or genres that are built on different foundations. Some they hit hard, and some is just vibes and the message in. Do you think is a song a gospel on reggae beat or a dancehall beat? Is it still worshiping
Yeah, see things differently, but for me and other people who see things like me, you know, from how I know the definition of gospel.
Gospel.
It's good news.
But because a lot of churches they ban certain beats and certain instrumentals in their churches, but we cannot play reggae instrumentals or cannot play reggae songs in here because it's worldly. So that's where we wanted to hear. But you have a lot of some of the projects that have been playing right here on 19.4 as well.
Yes.
Are gospel related in the reggae song. That's why you are here. Can you say you carry the same message as Christian rap is accepted in the community and the industry as well?
You know, there is too much church politics, but you know, the church, as it is said to be the fishers of men, right? So we are fishing people from the world. So I'm not targeting only Christians, only people who have repented or vakadzoka kubva kuzvivi vachiuya kuchechi. Patiri kurova rege iri kuteregwa kupi? Iri kuteregwa kumabhawandi? Iri kuteregwa kupi? Ikoko kusingato kune vanhu vari kunzi havasi kuita zvechechi. Saka isusu kana tichida kuti titendeutse vanhu vakawanda, if we want to turn many souls to Jesus, tinofanira kutoita ngati tiri kutambira kwavanotambira, nekuti the goal is to kutendeutsa vanhu. Message yangu life changing, mabata acho hatisi kuimbira vakatochinjwa kudhara. We are being fishers of men. I believe kuti inini pande ndichitoita zvandichiita ndichiisa gospel message parege ndichiita basa raMwari. Whether vemachechi vagamuchira kana kuti kudii, takawanda takatumwa takawanda. Kuno Mwari kutorova masowe dzemasowe achitotendeutsa vanhu, rap ichitendeutsa vanhu, reggae, dance futi.
All right, yeah. A lot of youths, they've actually ran away from churches because of some of the things like that. Do you think maybe rap music and reggae can bring them back right now? Sure.
Why ndichidaro? Kana uchida kuhisisana nemwana mudiki, tongotosvika mwana achichema, uchida kuhisisana naye, you lower yourself to the level of the kid. Utanga kutaura language yake, ndokuti muhisisane. Anomebata. Kana tida kubata ama2K izvi tototukeya tinavo handi maibata.
Okay.
Takunakigwa tave navo vatotijaira tobva tatodubata muri kuona masystems aya. Asi bo kuconvince munhu amuti iwe no patodaro nochibhaisa unoita zvinhu zvinofarigwa nemunhu iyeye uchidaidai kana mazosvika pamwe pane imwe point obva apa tikuona chii. That way anozvigamuchira nokuti ari kuona kuti munhu uyu asi kundijaja kana kuti kudii no, but auya akapinda mubhutsu dzangu akadidi akazotanga kundionesa.
Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Makono Pakobo One is also tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Hans song iyo yamaridza mushamarari yakaipa. Can we have it on lunchtime reggae? Thank you so much. Definitely, we're gonna put it on lunchtime reggae. Definitely. That song is fire. Another message. Your number ends with 239. Hans mushamarari. Muyambo anogona in studio and is well mature enough. It looks like Kungemunagara mu industry. Tell us, how long have you been in the industry, Advokate I?
Industry nditeka kutsanangura kuti zviwisisi. Ndave netime ndakatanga kuda music muna kupera kwa2011. Then getting into the professional studio 2014. Then starting my professional music career 2020. So zvese zvakabatanidzwa ndave nemore than a decade. More than a decade. Yeah.
That's a long time, man. That's a long time. So that means you have seen a lot. So Digami Tell 0713 0605 0713 060506. That is the number. If you're just joining us, you are listening to 90.4 FM Midlands Talk, and my name is Brian Muyambo. I've got Advocate I in the studio. He's a reggae musician from Midlands and he stays in Kwekwe. He came through to discuss can reggae and music and Christian rap carry the same message as well as we talk about his career. So, Advocate, Tichita reflecting on your career.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges or some of the most challenging and rewarding moments that you have faced so far?
The most challenging for me ndoti kushayiswa mukana pandaida mukana. The rewarding side of it is ukashayiswa mukana kana uri focused unocreate mukana mabatani yacho. Ukashayiswa mukana kana uri focused unocreate mukana. Saka kushayiswa mukana kwakandidzidzisa kuzvigadzirira mukana. Kuti ndiri munhu wekuti ndikatoenda kuHarare ndotonopinda mumasystem after iye ndoenda kutoita inga ndane time ndiripo. Saka zvakandidzidzisa muindustry yedu inoda kuti uzive zvinhu zvakawanda. It's more than just talent kwai ritori 10%. 90% kutoziva masystems.
So
Yeah.
How are you doing it? How did you navigate to get through to the point where we say now I'm in the position of creating the opportunities for myself, or I'm finding opportunities? How are you doing it? And you are still standing now, and I've been following you for quite some time, and I've seen you're doing gigs, you're doing shows, and you are traveling a lot. So kuna a certain producer, kuna a certain music director, kuna a certain musician akatera right now. How did you do it in face of those challenges? And Vakawanda, they are complaining that we were some kind of sabotage in the industry. It's bare, and a lot of people are discussing about it through social medias, through radios, through podcasts. Anyway, so iwe wakazvifambisa sei unozviita sei chii chatingakwanisa kuti you need to do this as an artist, unofanira kuita so, and even to market yourself and to put yourself in those positions unozviita sei? Mune masweet tongue here yamune muchikonedza kupromota.
Pamwe inini ndoona sekunge panondisiyanisa nevamwe ndepekuti inini one, I've always wanted to remain grounded. Anomaona zviri winkiti.
Yes.
Inini handitodi mbiri. Ndoda maworks kuti aonekwe. Maworks angu aite noise. Ndisingaite noise. Saka I've always wanted to stay grounded. Inini I learn from everyone.
So far, maybe to the legends that are late and that are still alive, who do you look up to? These are my role models, and these are the people that I look up to in the industry. And some of them you interact with them, and you are still interacting with them. Saka unoti ndiani anoti this is a legend, and I've looked up to them. What I do is basically what they did or what they have shown the public they can do.
Yeah, inini ndine vanhu vakawanda that I look up to. Like ndinoteerera music yakasiyana siyana. Yeah, but I listen to a lot of Tuku music. Tuku music. Yeah. I looked up to Tuku music. Yeah, kuma legends vapenyu tinotorespecta vana baba Shero.
Have you had an opportunity to work with some of these legends?
So far I've only had the opportunity to link up with some. Elder Tino Mdondo, Elder William Tide.
Okay.
I've linked up with them.
Alright, those are really great names in the industry. So through Sangana now, what you obviously as a young, to combine my advice, so what lessons have you learned from them?
Humbleness. Tichidzokera panyaya yangu yekuti wati ndakazviita sei kana kuti ndidii. Humbleness. Inini I knock at every door that I think kuti ndokwanisa kuwana help yekuti ndiende kwandoda kuenda. Nekuti hauendi kwaunoda kuenda usina kupinda kuvanhu vanokwanisa kuendesa. Sepanapa ndikaona kuti mu 98.4 takatotanga panapa tichitosvika tichivhunza kuti wafana zvakamira sei kusvika wazosvika ipapo. Saka mama artist anowanza kuda chisuperstar. They fall in love with being superstars than the process of becoming a superstar. Kana uida kuita superstar, unofanira you must love the process. Chereka wadza chereka di. Ani muri kuona ipapo nditobuda ndichatoenda kunotsvaga mota kuti ndidzokere kwekwe ndichitonongwa. I'm loving the process. Ndo zvinounza results. Nokuti ukatarisa mazuva ano vari kuda results ari fast. Ndosaka vanhu vachizoita zvimwe zvinhu zvisiripo ani maibata yacho. Saka inini process kuno humbleness. I learn from everyone. I reach out where I think I can get help. Ndichidaro ndichizvidzidzisa futi.
And there are people who take that even into their craft, and the way they release music in this day and age where fast music is every day. Everyone is releasing music, and you want to stay relevant and still stay respected in the industry. And you know originality young, you have your time frame, you release some music, you have your ways of doing your things. How do you handle those pressures? You will music, but do you, because isusu as consumers of music, music, this person is taking a lot of time to release. So can tabu praise and criticizing, it's something that has been done thoroughly. So how do you do it? And let's say some pressures music, how do you handle that? And someone else is listening, and I should always navigate. I say,
race nogara uine pressure. Inini kubvira pandakanyatsoti ndatanga, inini handimbozviisi muresi rere kuzonzi kunzi Advokate I apera. Ndotofambira mulane rangu. Mulane ukafambira mulane mako hauna pressure yekuti ndingaburitsa music nhasi, ndingaburitsa music mangwana. Unochifamba nepesi yako. Ende unofanira kuziva vanhu vako.
So then how do you stay relevant? Because this minute we are loving you as someone else. How do you take it? How do you feel?
Over the years I've created a following yevanhu vekuti I follow my every release. Ndoda kuti vawande vanhu ivavo. Handidi vanhu vekuti nhasi vajambira. Yes, ndoda vanhu vekuti anogona kuteerera umwe artist, but inini ndikangotaura nevanhu vangu kuti tine zvakati, vanoto izvezvi mukaenda paYouTube pavidhio reRombe mukaona engagement iripo. I love the engagement. Handidi million followers, 1000 varipo kana vachikwanisa kuengage pamasocials angu. Kana une million followers uchitadza kuunganidza vanhu 1000 background, hapana zvauri kuita.
Because lately today who posted that was young Gemini. She asked on the social media platforms, why is it we have good people, good talented artists, but they stay underground for more than like a decade? Like you said, you have been here for over a decade, over 10 years, and you are still an underground artist. You are not in the mainstream media. How do you feel about that? Do you really want to stay underground, or do you want to commercialize your music and to stay up there? How do you think? Why do you think that is? And he was actually alluding to say, "Van talent, vakashona, ndo vari underground, and they are not mainstream." So you say, what's your comment on that one?
Tichitaura vanhu vane talent rakawandisa, vazhinji vacho vane kamwe kausimbi kavainako, ndo kamwe kacho kanogona vagarisa underground. Then kuita vamwe vane talent vekuti zvinhu zvese zvotora time boys. And Mwari chaiye, Mwari kana achida kuzokupa zvihombe anotanga agadzirisa character yako. Anoona Wicked akatora nguva yakadii achitonza, nati akatora nguva yakadii achinzwe patwa uchichi, and akazoita breakthrough yake later on. Mwari vaigadzirisa character kuti unokwanisa kuhandla criticism here, unokwanisa kuhandla this and that, vozokuti time yako. It takes only one song and unoketa izvozvo. It takes only one song to open up everything for an artist. Saka Mwari kana vaida kuzokuisa pamusoro vanotarisa kuti unokwanisa here kuzobata vamwe vanhu sevanhu. Mwari anaita macalculations iwawo kudhara. Pamwe pachitogona kuti ndanonoka kana kuti handisi kuenda there is always a reason.
Okay, 0605060713 060506. That is the voice of Advocate I, who is here with me in the studio, and you are listening to 90.4 FM. We are discussing his career in the music industry and what he does, what he is doing right now, and also what brought him here is why and it's kind the Christian rap music and the reggae music that he's singing right now. Can they carry the same message? So I will remember my beats and certain music in churches. So that should we say my churches in a bunny certain music, especially your music, was it got on reggae in church but now it's because we have a lot of youths, they are doing it in churches. This is music. As long as we are carrying the message, the gospel, it's okay. So that if I'm one who's banning the music, and then you can that means your music is not heard and is not listened to.
Ban the beats. They must change how they see the music. So they must listen to the message. One Love, yeah, Bob Marley. So it's a reggae song. So
we only judge the lyrics by saying our beats, because there are certain, because everything is an influence. So they say nearly someone was saying kuti music, it's not just lyrics. Music, it's instruments, and the instrument, the melodies that we hear do no influence. If you're gonna carry the message,
chero sungura mukawa macheso achiimba gospel pasungura, ukanyatsoteerera marovero anenge achiita magitari ipapo anenge akasiyana neanomboita kana achiita topinda joy sisi anenge ari different. Apa anotoziva kuti zvatakuita apa takuita. Chero mukateerera japraise paanoimba masongs anonzi gospel ruzhowa gospel song. The gospel is in the message, and
the gospel is in the message.
Haukusi kunzi uri mutsvene kunge wakapfeka zviri mukati mako. Saka message ndo yatofanira kutarisa, kwete kutarisa mabeats. But in most cases mukatotarisa panoimbwa gospel, chero parap kana pachi unotohwa rap hayo handizonyanyo kuijustify, but reggae I definitely it's a big fan. But pandakatombowa ndine masongs erapa ane achitoimba gospel.
You see, so that's why we unfortunately they were supposed to be one of the music rappers in the studio right now, but he couldn't actually make it. That's why we had to do this alone. And the same way you're feeling with the rap music is the same way some of the people who are judging reggae. I don't know which or what criteria they use to judge the music that you do, but anyway, you have said it, but they shouldn't judge only by the instruments or anything. They should hear the message that is in the reggae instruments. Thank you so much for coming through, Advocate I, and a lot of people here answer. Can I pay the song Tanyanyiwa? Thank you so much. Your number ends with 488. Another message here, and thank you so much. Music, and I know Rombe is on YouTube. It was released I think 10 days ago, and it's on YouTube right now. Go stream, go and subscribe to his channels as we support our local artists, as we support the people who are in the industry. Advocate I, Tawanda
music inowanikwa pama digital stores ese YouTube, Audiomack, Spotify, iTunes. Mukangogoogle kuti Advocate I music, Advocate yangu ina K paya panoenda C, saka mukangoti Advocate I music kungogoogle chete you find everything. But regandi kupe number zangu 078 454 20 028 078 450 454 sorry 2028. Thank you.
All right, thank you. It's everywhere on every streaming platform that you can think of. The music is the Advocate I, Inaki Advocate I, Inaki. Each and every time that I do this segment of the spotlight, we do 4-in-1 verdict. That is, lose the trophy, lose the prize, or tell the truth. So, in Nini, I've got a prize for you that I have, and I've mentioned, this is the month of June, this beautiful June. It's winter, and you've got a scarf that you're gonna go with kana wakagona kupindura mibvunzo or telling the truth. That's the prize. And a lot of people want to kuti maybe itechivanyembera kana vakanzwa kuti we have the prize. For telling the truth, there's rewards. Tell the truth, and the truth shall set you free. I don't know why, so I'm gonna ask you 4 questions in just under 1 minute, right? Are you ready?
Yes.
Who do you think is the best musician in the Midlands?
Ligian. Yeah.
All right. Who is the best gospel musician that you know of?
Emmanuel Mkoroverwa. Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure you know of him.
All right. Yeah. So, Kwekwe artist for collaborations. Kwekwe artist.
Yeah.
For collaboration.
Kwekwe artist.
Kwekwe artist.
Yeah. We want to exchange cultures.
You want to exchange
how we do things.
That's the justification that I didn't actually see. So the last one, musician, Wingity or Walite. That was an easy one. So that wraps up our spotlight show right here on 90.4. My name is Brian Muyambo and Advocate I. Thank you so much for coming through and gracing the show. Thank you for doing the work for Midlands, and we are behind you to support you. They always support each other. We support each other right here in the Midlands, and till we meet again, and we wish you the best in each and every project that you're gonna work on. Collaborations, we are looking forward to them, and good music, we are looking forward to them. Reggae music, we're actually laughing at the music that you are doing, and thank you so much, my brother, for coming through.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure being here. Continue giving other artists like me this platform. It really means a lot to us.
All right, thank you so much, and as I always say, support your local talent, and remember to stay safe and stay awesome. Stay tuned for Tanyanyiwa with the fireplace. Good night.